Hi. In today's video, we're gonna discuss the correlation between what you want and what you have, what you don't want and what you don't have. Usually, we think it goes like this that, see, whatever I have, I already have it, so I don't want it as much as I want those things that I don't have. Right? This is the usual way we think about what we have and what we want. Right? Who wants what I have? I want what I don't have yet. Have you seen that human nature? That we will find anything special only till the point we haven't gotten it. Like that promotion feels so sparkly till the time you haven't gotten it. And the moment you get it, of course I was gonna get it. Anyway, my astrologer told this year I was gonna get it. Right? Business. I wanna start my business one day. And one day you do. Of course I knew I was going to start. I knew that. And it's not that special, Like now that I have begun. Anything. Oh, I wish I could speak to that guy. And yeah, he messaged me. Yeah, he's fine. I mean, it's okay. Everything is special till you don't have it. It's human nature, right? We love the chase, we love the things we don't have. And because why that is because you don't have much data about that thing yet. The moment you get it, that whole delulu bubble pops. Now you know what it is, you have it, right? And you can understand, yeah, this is also just another thing, just like any other thing. I was making it sound special because I didn't have it, so I didn't know how it will feel like. I didn't have the data, so I was like, yeah, it must be something so good. I have always seen this, even in people having crushes or liking some person. A lot of their liking comes from the place that person's data is not there with them. They don't know much about this person. So when you don't have data about someone, right, you can cook up beautiful stories and put there in those all the hollows, the voids. And this is exactly what happens when two people get together or they go anywhere. Like for example, people will be dreaming about working in a company, and in 2 years they'll be hating it. What's that? Because from a distance it was looking so lucrative, and because you didn't have the data, you didn't know how it runs, how their management is, how do they treat the employees. And now that you've been there, now you're like, I know what it is. That's why company, when they have to make the new guy meet the existing employees, they're like very skeptical. They're like, what if they're gonna say that everything sucks here or something? Because, and I teach, whenever I do career counseling, I tell people that you have to meet the employee because they're gonna tell you the tea. They're gonna tell you exactly what's gonna happen there. So coming back, so we have this tendency, human tendency, to keep dreaming or finding those things very special, what we don't have yet. Because we don't have data about it, we can cook up stories about it and put it there and make that thing look more and more special, right? Because we want to feel like, yeah, those things can be true. Our imagination can be true. And putting that imagination on someone like okay. And when we do a lot of it, when in reality we get to meet that person or job or whatever it is, we're like, that was not that great that I thought. Of course, because most of it you cooked up yourself. There was no evidence backing that up. You cooked it up because you wanted to. Because you wanted to think that, yeah, that is how that thing is, right? So that is one thing about what you don't have. You will have wonderful stories about that. Like many of the people which say that, oh, when I'll become rich, when I have a lot of money in my bank, I'll do this, I'll shop every day. Like for example, when I was kid, I'll be like, oh, then I'll buy this, I'll buy that, I'll go on vacation every 3 months or what. But now that I have it, I'm like, I need to be actually more responsible with it. Then I'm like, oh, wait a minute, this is how those people felt with money who had when I didn't have. Ah, that's why they were so serious. Makes sense now. They were investing, they were securing the future, they were trying to have a higher savings rate because that's a good financial strategy. Got it. Right. So everything feels special till the time you don't have it because you cook up stories about it, right? And when the stories end and the reality is in front, reality not that amusing. Like, okay, everything is just fine. right? Now, the perspective I want to offer you today is, at some level, like we keep telling that, why do I always get what I don't want, and why do I never get what I want? Many people you will see, right, will say things like that, that I never get what I want, and I always have these things. Who wanna have this? Like, I don't wanna have this. Like, I have the guy that nobody wants, I have the car that nobody wants, I have the clothes that nobody wants, right? And what I want, I don't have it. I never have it, right? So this is the lesson on abundance. Listen closely. At some level, you really want what you have, and you do not want what you do not have. I'll repeat. You want what you have, and you do not want what you don't have. Now, let's understand with examples. I know this might be like, what is she saying? Okay, so there's one, I'll give you a small story. So I was doing this abundance program, and in there was this exercise in which we were gonna answer the question that, why does money scare you? We all laughed about it. We were like, I'm not scared of money, I actually want more of it. Like, we were talking like that, participants. And the trainer was like, all right then, I have a question. I want to see if there's something comes up when I ask that. So write it down. The question was, these bad things might happen when I become rich, when I have the money of my dreams or whatever, when I have X amount of money, right? And he said, now meditate on it and tell all the things that come up when you will become rich, bad things that will happen when you become rich. When we thought of it like this, that what about being rich scares us? Oh, come on, everybody wants to be rich. Like, that was a shallow understanding. We really thought that was true. That, yeah, we all want to be rich, what else? Like, but when we started meditating on it, that all the bad things we think can happen when we actually become rich, the list was, quite long. It had so many things. So one of my friend, I asked this question to him, and he said that, see, if I have money, I would have to help my relatives. I was like, that's a very different answer. Okay, I didn't expect that. And yeah, he was like, yeah. See, my mom is so attached to the relatives. I hate my relatives, and I don't want to help them with money. And if they will ask, then I would have to, because I have it. And my mom is very persuasive. And I was able to witness his subconscious. This is how his subconscious works. That these fears, just like this guy said, you might also have many fears. Like for example, I have this fear that I'm not good at math, so if I'll have more money, maybe I might not know how to manage it, right? Like something like that. So more things like that. Maybe somebody will con me. I trust people, and what if somebody will con me and take my money because I don't know maths and these things that much, because I'm mostly in my fairy world. So then many people had fears like, if I will have more money, then my life will become a little boring, because rich people, you see how their behavior is. Like, the fun people, even media shows, like all the fun people are either in poverty or they're in the middle class. Like before, after that, the fun ratio just decreases. Like, those people are just like, are shown as like some snotty people, like which are just walking around like that, and yeah, they don't give a shit about anyone. Like, right? So fun people are here, right? So he said, my life will become boring. I have to have meetings with my CA and stuff, and I have to secure that money. That's so much fear. So see, all these beliefs that we have, all these fears that we have, that make us feel like we don't want that big of an amount, because that big of an amount doesn't come alone. It comes with its own kind of headaches, right? And these are the headaches which stop you from getting a bigger amount, because you feel like, just like for example, I had this fear, which I think I'm still in the journey of overpowering, is the that I will not manage it well. In the previous video also I talked about, like, I used to shop quite a bit. So I used to feel like whenever I have money, I will do stupid things like this. So I didn't realize in that moment what that belief did. What that belief did is, like, it actually said, I'm not responsible enough to have bigger sum of money. Because that's exactly what I'm saying, right? If I have more money, then I won't be making good decisions. So better I have less only. So I don't have the freedom to even make the a worse decision. I have to make only good. Otherwise, I will not have anything left. Right. So just as if somebody telling the boss that, boss, if you give me big opportunity, I'm gonna big venue to handle or something, I'm gonna fuck it up. I have fucked it up earlier also. So when I say that, what does my boss hear? She's not ready yet. Let me give it to someone else who thinks that they are able to. Because, and what's the difference between a person who is able to and who's not able to? Somebody who's trying. That's it. Can you try to manage better? That's perfect. That is all you need to do. Because if you try with practice, you're gonna be perfect, right? So we do not want what we do not have. There is a reason why your subconscious feels very comfortable earning the current amount that you're earning, because it comes with some benefits. Like, for example, you earn less, you don't have to worry more. Budget is sorted. You know this much I have to be, and you are living frugal. You're like, oh, come on, I know above this, I just don't buy stuff. And yeah, my life is like, nobody can steal from me because I don't even have much for people to steal. Nobody's gonna put a raid on me because I'm not, earning some alarming amount that people will start getting suspicious. I don't have to give money to anyone because I don't earn that much. You get it? It comes with so many benefits. And these all are the benefits for the subconscious, for the soul, for your peace of mind, right? And we all hold these belief system when it comes to not just money, abundance of anything, right? We feel like, that's not gonna come without any headache. That's gonna have headache of its own kind. Like, okay, now money part you understood. Now let's go to relationships. Many people say, oh, I want a partner, I want a partner, I want a partner. Okay, now let's see why you do not have a partner. You do not have because you do not want a partner. Let's see why. So again, same question: what bad things will happen if I have a partner? He can cheat on me, he can raise his voice, and then how do I go back to that? I don't know, right? What if he says that, like, yeah, I liked you in the start, but I'm not gonna marry you, so engagement breaks off, right? These kind of things can happen when you have a partner, right? What if he has a girl best friend, right? And he's very close to, and he doesn't understand that she actually feels something for him, or maybe he feels something for, and I get myself get trapped up in a cycle like that. What if I have to, like, everything goes well and we get married, and later on he loses feelings for me and I have to take a divorce? Your subconscious already feels so scared of relationships. So what it will do, it'll keep you single. It'll be like, oh, this is safe. Nobody can cheat on me. Nobody can tell you're not good enough for me, or nobody can say that I'm not interested in you anymore, or maybe somebody will not come and say I got feelings for someone else now. Oh, this is so relaxing. There is a reason. This is the reason why you are single, because your subconscious feels so safe in this, right? So I think by now you would have understood that everything in your life, whatever you do not have, at some level you do not want it, and everything you have, you might say that, oh, no, 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 I don't want it, I don't know why I have it, I hate it. But at some level, your subconscious is very safe with it. That's why it has these things, whatever they are. Okay. So this is the activity I want you to do. Anything you want in your life, first list all those things, okay, on one side, and then on the other side we're gonna do the entries in a way. We all the things, like, for example, you said I want more money, okay, then you write what bad things will happen if I have dash. In dash you put all these things that you have listed that you want more in your life, more abundance you want of that, and more friendships, right, more relationships, and whatever, like, great partner, great money, or whatever, like a lot of clothes, whatever, social media, great following, like whatever is that you want. Just write all the bad things that will happen if you have this, right? That's how you will reveal that these are the things your subconscious fears, and that's why you don't have them yet, because there is a big part of you that does not want it, because it knows it comes with all this headache, it doesn't come free, right? And what's the way forward when you do this activity? After this, you'll get to know this is the places where you need to work. As I said, all you need to do is try. When you get these things, try to do these things better. Like, for example, So how I am working on is like, now no matter how big sum of the money I get, I prove it to myself that I can manage better, I can do better. I have not shopped in quite some time and doing better investments because I want to prove it to myself that I can manage money now. I'm not the old Ankita anymore who couldn't even manage money. So, and as I do that, my money flow increases because God is like, all right, looks like she is able to do the bigger job now. Okay, then I can give her a bigger money, right? Because she is telling that she'll be able to take care of it, and records also say so. So, this is how you train yourself to get what you want, right? By understanding all the ways you don't want it and dealing with that, whatever ways those are. So do this activity, and if you have any doubts or questions, you can discuss with me, you can DM with me. And there is this first clarity call that I gave, that's for free, so we can discuss about this or anything in any aspect you feel like you lack abundance. So I offer my counseling sessions for that, so we can take that as well. So, yeah, I hope this was helpful. And with this perspective shift, all the best to you for the abundance. Bye bye.